Assalamualaikum Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good evening everyone. So hopefully you are doing great and enjoy your weekend today because today is Sunday and welcome to the 156th discussion in Ota community, and for tonight the moderator it will be me. And we are so lucky for tonight because we have Alfia Isha Nabila as the speaker or contributor in our discussion tonight, with a title like you can see from your screen, Navigating the Job Market, is equal experience more valuable than a master's degree? So like usual, as a moderator, before we are going to start the discussion, I'm going to mention some rules that we need to obey. So let me explain it fast. The first, or the rule of our discussion for tonight, first is mute your microphone. The second one, or number two, you are not able to give your statement if the moderator doesn't allow you to speak up. On number three, focus on the topic of discussion. On number four, the hosts are capable of cutting your statement if the moderator or speaker thinks that that's enough. On number five, encourage to be active in this discussion. So everybody, the moderator said, and every season or every episode, this is the place for us to grow. So don't be shy to speak and give your perspective about something, especially about the topic that we are still talking about in this time. So everybody, don't be shy. Just let yourself to give your opinion, and explore your mindset and see a different perspective from everything that we discuss. And the last rule, rest hand on the notification of participants if you want to give your opinion. So I guess that's it for the rule for everybody to obey. And to make the time efficiency, let me give the chance to our speaker, Alfira. I bless you.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and thank you for Mr. Iqbal for the opportunity. First of all, I'll let introduce myself. My name is Alfira Isya Nabila, or you can call me Fira. I am 20 years old. I'm a student, an English literature student from Medan State University. I live in Binjai. I think you all know Binjai, salam dari Binjai. Yep, I am from this city. Yep, without any further ado, we're going to the main activity tonight. The group discussion. So what is the topic of our discussion tonight? It is about navigating the job market. Is work experience more valuable than a master's degree? Okay, are you ready, guys, to discuss this interesting topic? Yeah, get your best part and bring out the word biz in you. Okay, we're going to the first question. Oh, before all, I'll let you, I got the data from the study.eu, this blog that I got. So this what is the disadvantage and the advantage if you are getting the master's degree or start working. So they said if you are getting a master's degree after we are graduating the bachelor degree, they said that we may have higher degrees and qualification than those who are graduated from senior high school or vocational high school, and we can expand the relations with academic people in the same field. These degree is that the advantage is we have more experience. We can immediately still did in the world of work, and the competition is retired.
Um, sorry. Is it your connection getting trouble? Because like we cannot hear your voice clearly. What about other people? Can you hear the speaker's voice clearly? What about you, Sir Zaki? Can you hear her? Or what about no? Akalita said no. Yeah, you were speaking on, yeah, it's kind of like we cannot get what you were talking about. Oh
Is
my
it?
God. Can you say that again? Oh, no, it's still echoing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's quite better, but little bit.
I think my connection is in trouble.
Oh. Oh, maybe you can try to find a good place for getting a good signal in your at your home.
Oh, sorry. I'm using Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Um,
Hello? Can you try it again, Alfir? Oh, okay.
Okay, Mr. Iqbal, you can handle.
Yeah.
While
Oh,
waiting.
sorry.
oh, unfortunately, your voice is still unclear, but it's okay. We're waiting to you to get a better connection. So, yeah, that's the first question, everybody. Is there somebody wants to be the first and try to give their perspective about the question in our screen? How is your nation toward the data? Get master degree or start working? So, is there anybody who wants to raise their hand? So let's try to hear about your opinion. Oh, what about you, Akalita? Can the regulations are written clear? Or what about you, Lucy? Do you want to give your opinion? Oh, Sophie is raising her hand. So let me go first stage. Hello, Sophie.
Okay, thank you, Sir Iqbal. I think it depends if you, after you graduate your bachelor degree, if you would like to apply for certain position which needs like degree behind your name, such as lecturer or any other position in companies, who really think that having degree is important for your
Okay.
career. I think it would be great for you to directly continue your master degree after your bachelor. But if you think that it's not really necessary, I think start working is the best decision you could have made, because after we have a long time learning, like 16 years learning.
Okay.
I think it's really nice to having like a little break for formal education and start to see the whole new world. In this case is workplace, to see how the workplace works, and how do you see yourself as a worker, no longer as a student. I think it would be totally different than before.
Okay.
That's why I said yeah, it depends on your intention.
Oh, it depends on our intention and our need, I guess. Okay,
Yeah.
that's really great perspective. Alvira, wanna try to say something to make sure that you have a good connection now? Oh my. It's kind of challenging. But when you just started to speak in the first time, yeah, it sounds better. But I don't know what voice suddenly it's getting worse. But all right, so we're waiting to our to our speaker. Let me give a second chance to Hani was raising her hand. So Hani, which one are you? Please kind of share your
Okay,
perspective on it. Cat
thank you
master
very much.
degree or start working.
Okay, sir, thank you very much for the opportunity that you have given to me. I'd like to check my voice, whether it's clear or
Yeah,
not there.
yeah, that's better.
Okay, thank you. Based on my perspective, I think education is really important for them because as we know that there is a phrase like long life education. So people really need education as a standard to be better. Even when you were in um, like older age, but education is really important for us. But as we are living in Indonesia, of course, the degree is really important as a document. If we want to apply for the job, yeah, if we don't have a document like our degree, they sometimes see our document like our certificate and whether we have achievement or not. That's a document to prove to apply for the job. Of course, it's really important, but sometimes as we see the condition is in Indonesia, like we need a title or we need a degree or a document to apply for the job. Um, yeah, we get an experience too, but for fresh graduates, sometimes they don't have any experience to apply for the job. But as long as we have the document that's really appropriate with their standard, maybe it's just achievement or it's just like a chance for them to get a better job, like in Indonesia. Yeah. But sometimes, as I see the situation in Indonesia, of course, even though we have a title or we have a good achievement, or I don't say that a bad standard in Indonesia, but it is based on my experience as a job seekers. You know, even though we have an document, enough document or a good title or degree, but sometimes we are lost because we don't have any internal
Yep.
factors. Yeah, internal factors, internal factors. Yeah, and that's the condition in Indonesia, but I hope that um, Indonesia could be better than before because mostly people in Indonesia, they are smart. Yeah, they are smart because as a qualification is good, but experience is the best teacher for them. The more experience they get, it's better. I think that's it. Thank you very much.
All right. So thank you. Alvira, I guess your connection is getting better now. So I've blessed you too.
Yes, I'm
All right.
sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. All my
It's okay.
connection also never similar like me. um. Okay, we are move to the next question. Or oh, I need another perspective again.
Yeah,
Maybe anyone?
Jajang race. Yes.
Oh yeah, Mr. Jajang. Yeah,
Okay.
please. share
Okay.
the
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. So, which one are you between get master's degree and start working? So I do agree with Sophie's opinion before. It depends on what position that you want to achieve in the future. If it is necessary, so you really have to get the master degree. But in addition, for me personally, start working after you finish bachelor degree, it also not a bad idea because we can continue our study, we can continue to get the master study while we are working. So we are not just dealing with the theory, with the book, with the class, but also we have another lessons from the experience in the work field. Experience is a more important thing for us. Was that experience is the best teacher for us because book just give us the theory, but experience is really a great lessons, not just a theory, but we yeah we get it from the practice. Yeah, so in conclusions, I think it yeah back again in the conclusions, it depends what the position that you want to achieve in the future. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jajang. Experience is the best teacher for us. Yep, strongly agree with you, with your opinion. Okay, anyone to share their opinion or their perspective about our first question? Yeah, Mr. Manshai, please.
All right, thank you, Miss Alfira. Nice to meet you too. You're looking great tonight. And I just wanna answer this with two ways. The first one to answer the question with the data. So if you ask us, if you ask me, how is your nation towards the data? So according to the data, a lot of people or a lot of young people, a lot of youth in Indonesia actually really concerned about making money, how to earn money, how to get a lot of money toward working. So actually, it's not bad idea to start working while a lot of our friends or family that don't have the privilege to continue their study. And second, the for me, for myself, in this is my opinion or my perspective. I kind of a person who like to study and work together. So, for example, like I right now I'm studying my master degree, and I also work on something that that how to say it, like will not bother my education. So Monday until Thursday, I will study, focus on the class, get done on everything that the lecturer asked me to do. And after that, Friday until Sunday, I will focus on working, getting money, and something like that. So actually, uh, these two options is not something to us to debate it, because start working or get master degree actually have the same impact to the nation. For example, like this, in my master degree, every single week we have to produce at least one stand position, a paper about economic, about social culture, and what will happen in the future and how to counter it. So this paper or this research is used by the government or by the industry, or maybe by the government official to make a policy, good policy, it means that the worker, the people in that area, or yeah, we can say it nation, can do a good productivity, have a better quality of life, have a better situation in their life because of the research from the university. So I think these two types of what we trying to achieve, either getting master degree or start working, have the strong connection or have a strong foundation to support the future of the nation. So yeah, that's from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Moonshine. I can sum up, you are very a productive person, right? Yeah, okay. Anyone to share their another perspective, or maybe you are disagree with Mr. Moonshine opinion, or another perspective that they are confused previously? Okay, please raise your hand. Okay, I think no one will give their perspective.
Or hello,
Yeah.
or maybe you can try to just people randomly, just try to give their chance to give their perspective. It will be great as well.
Would like to share your opinion, Mr. Herman? Okay, I think Mr. Herman cannot hear my voice. Okay, Mr. Chikone. Okay, time is yours, Mr.
Okay, am I audible, Miss?
Yeah.
Okay, so the question is based on the PowerPoint. How is your nation toward the data? Or should we, which one? Okay, I think based on the choices here between get master degree or start working, we are live in disrupted era, and then there are a lot of opportunities and also the challenges based on the necessity of the people. You can which one that is you will prefer. It seems like the same question. Which one? Knowledge or money will you prefer after you graduated from your degree, especially for S1? For this occasion, I always meet my friend who start working, and then in their working, they not only get the money, but also get the knowledge and also the career. Every time you spend your time in your job, your career will increase and your income also will rise time by time. And they, how to say, live to get the master degree because perhaps or actually they have a position in their working places. For the master degree, I think it's the good one when you have the perspective that the knowledge is everything and the money will come when you have a lot of knowledge in your daily life. But in the same situation, especially for the S2 or master degree, I would like to say that it should be suitable with your job experiences, especially for the people who will catch up the scholarship, because the institution like LPDP, I'm asked by one of interviewer said that if you choose a different major with your job experience, they will ask you, what is your purpose? Take this master degree. If we only say that only for the knowledge, it seems like we are not give the benefit with the people surrounding us. So it's difficult for the people who will take the scholarship based on their hobbies, but not based on their job experiences. In this situation, especially for the scholarship in master degree, they also will be asked, is it your master degree will be benefit with your future? And for this situation, they will ask also, we are now available in social media, especially YouTube. We can learn and we can get money or we can make a content. So why do we need the master degree? For this situation is like the dilemma when you, but there is not the wrong choices in the both of this choice. If you choose the master degree, perhaps you will postpone your career in your job experiences, especially in the industry or whatever is it. All bet the teacher, because the teacher, that is the career in teacher, but for the private school, they will not the career, but based on the how long you are teach there. But for if you prefer the money, so it will be good choices when you start working and your work experience is needed in the competition area, especially for the Indonesia. I think it's for me.
Okay, Mr. Chikong, that you said when we are start working, we still maybe have got the knowledge maybe from another person, another field, yeah, another majority. If you are in the master's degree, maybe we just have the knowledge in the same majority that we take. Yep. Anyone to share their perspective or their opinion again about explanation toward the data, get master's degree or start working? Okay. If no one raise hand, I will choose one of you to share your opinion. Okay, maybe Mr. Zaki, Mr. Zaki Ramadan, can you share your opinion? Or maybe Miss Rikanti or Miss Andika. Yep. Don't afraid to share your opinion, guys, because no one will judge your opinion. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Lee or Miss and Miss Wanti or Miss Henny, please give your perspective or opinion. Or maybe we are going to another question. Yep. Okay. Okay, the second question. Which one better to fulfill the job market at present? Good grade or good experience? Which one are you guys? Please kindly share your perspective on it. Okay, I want to share their opinion. Please vice hand. Yeah, maybe you want to be in the future, you are to be a HRD. Would you rather to hire someone, have a good, oh yeah, there is Miss Anis Wanti. Yes, Miss Anis.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunities. I guess, in my opinion, if I am someone who's having responsibility to recruit someone to join to the company, I think I prefer someone with good experience, or we can say skilled person, because we need someone to improve the work, the productivity or something, to develop the company. But good experience is not only from the CV. We can write anything they want to say on the CV, right? And sometimes we can find someone with good experience is not in the recruitment moment or event, but sometimes we can say orang dalam, but orang dalam, it is not always relation. Yeah, relation is not always because we have family relative or something, but it's also about our relation relation or um with other people, because we have a good um social skilled. We know so many people, so those people know that we are experienced or we are skilled, so they offer us a good job, good position or something. So yeah, of course I will choose the good experience. But sometimes people who only got good experience, sometimes it's not all of them, but sometimes they are paying less than who's got good grade. But rather than to choose the fresh graduate with a good grade, I choose the person with the experience. But for those who's got a good grade but they just fresh graduate, maybe they can start from the basic, how to say that, career, something like that. But yeah, it's not always easy to find someone with good experience, right? Sometimes we need the education background too to support this. Thank you, Miss.
Okay, thank you, Miss. Okay, we are have a lot of volunteer who wants to share their opinion here. Okay, Miss Henny Marina, please share your opinion.
Okay, thank you, Miss, for the opportunity that you have given to me. Based on my perspective, both of them are important for me, but based on the experience, when we see in the marketplace or job market, good grade is the main point. It's really important to get a better job. As a fresh graduate, maybe the HRD see from our document, from our CV, whether we have a good grade is like a promotion for them. Yeah, I think it's better when we have or when we are in a fresh graduate, we have a good grade as their standard. But if we want to apply for the job, I think good grade is not only the main point or the most important thing in to apply for the job better. But we need a good experience. But as we know that for fresh graduate, they don't have any good experience. Of course, they have to show or they have to see their good grade first to the HRD. That's the main point that they have to show up. Yeah, and after they see the good grade, the HRD sometimes they always interview. They will always have an interview or a test for the job seeker, and mostly they need an experience to get the job, and sometimes the HRD give a kind of light training for the job seekers. But I think both are important for them. But for fresh graduate, good grade is it's really important, or it's better for fresh graduate. But the more experience, like for example, they have already got a job. A good experience is a standard to apply for the job. Yeah, I think that's it. My opinion. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Amy. The grade is very important for the fresh graduate. Yep, noted. Okay, next, Miss Sophie. Yeah, Miss Sophie, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Miss, for the opportunity. I would like to choose good experience, because a person who has a good experience not only gives a good performance in the company, but also they could be more mature emotionally, I guess. As far as I experience in the workplaces, people who have a lot of experiences tend to be emotionally mature. In this case, how to face the problem in the company, or how to get along with other coworkers, because that's really important. No matter how good, how cool the job, or how high the salary is, if you don't have a comfortable environment, if you can get along or get involved on it, it would be hard as well. So if you, a kind of person, has emotionally mature, it would be easier for you to bertahan. What is the English of bertahan in the workplace?
Survive.
Survive. Thank you. But however, someone who have good grade, I think, also have so many benefit, like the previous speaker have said. For instance, the person who have a good grade, usually they're ambitious, and most of the time they have a good time management skill, and they're willing to learn, which is really important for the company as well. I'm not stereotyping, but based on my personal experience, that's how I see the difference between them two. I think that's from me, Miss. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Jajang. Mr. Jajang has raised hand. Yeah, Mr. Jajang, time is
Okay.
yours.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. So, in my opinion, I think the job market needs both of them, good grade and good experience. Both of them are good, and then good grade and good experience both are needed. Uh, yeah, maybe right now in the job interview or things like that, teacher will be see our experiences, our skills and things like that. But you know that good experience also must be proved, maybe in the form of certifications, or maybe yeah, one of it maybe also was that academic certificate and things like that. So I think both are needed, both are good. So we have to run after both of them, good grade and also good experience. But if I have to choose one, I think for the job market at the present, right, currently now, I think I will choose good grade, because yeah, how come someone can good experience if they have no good grade? Because I think the job market right now always need was that, yeah, at least you have finished your bachelor degree, things like that. Thank you.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Mr. Jajang has the difference perspective with me. He said that he wanted to choose good grade. Okay. Anyone to, okay, Mr. Chikoneng. Mr. Chikoneng, please, time is yours. Up, Mr. Chikoneng, raise your hand. Do you want to share your opinion? Okay, I think Mr. Chikoneng has a bad connection. Okay, we are waiting to another volunteer who wants to share their perspective about the second question. Yep, maybe Mr. Muhammad Iwan or Mr. Moonshine again. Or Mr. Chandra. Okay, Mr. Ku. Mr. Ku, time is yours.
Right, thanks for the chance present. Let me highlight two questions, good grade or good experience, and elaborate more about in education term. In education terms, it has formal education, informal education, and non-formal education. The question is how should we prioritize toward it. So in this case, when the young tend to a good grade because of their needed to continue their scholarship or master degree, of course, they should prioritize good grade in order to get a scholarship. But if the young do not concern to education phase, means that they just need to work in some companies without concerning educational background. It doesn't matter to have a good experience. By way of having good experience, of course, how to know the interviewer, how to know the interviewer, and so on, means that they will see from the good grade. Even the good grade is only the window how to know your track record. How to know that? Of course, by a good grade. It means that not only one a good grade. From the one good grade, it can be one of the tools to know what you have done and what you will do for the small impact or for the short term or the long term, for creating the big impact or enormous impact to your small society or even in our nation. When we talk about the micro and macro scale, I think that's what I can share. Thank you. It depends on the young.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tu, for the great perspective. A good grade maybe become a cover for us. Yep, we have Miss Ekalita who wants to share her opinion. Time is yours, Miss.
Okay, I never working before, so I'm sorry if I just assuming or maybe just from another person experience. My best friend has told me when she is working as HRD in the fabric, right? And it's her first job. And she was very frustrated because she has to quit a woman that in the apa in big pregnant. What is big pregnant ya? Maksudnya apa? Hamil tua itu apa? Oh, in the yeah, and then she also has to quit a man that because they have more salary than the women, and then many things that make she is uncomfortable, and then she choose to quit the job and and apply to another company, maybe something like that. And I think about these problems, sometimes it's not the matter the good grade or good experience, not that, because I believe everyone they have their own potential, right? Mostly if you can analyze them right, you can find the perfect job or the perfect business for them or the perfect activities for them. So it's not about that, but it's about some things that the human may be like a survival for the company, and then the survival also for the employee. And then you will talk about politics, economic, social, because when you have a wrong maybe it's a right decision for the company, but it's wrong decision for the social matters, right? And then if the company has their wisdom and the government have their wisdom and the individuals, so all they have their own wisdom also, like maybe because they have a lot of jobs, and then sometimes they against the rules to efficient their jobs, but the consumers will have the inconvenience because of their unresponsible actions, right? And there is complicated, and the company want to add the employees because of the budget, and then I think it's a lot of problems there, and then like debts and like the investment and like the price and like the supply and demand and everything's involved that. And if we talking about the good grade or good experience, maybe I don't know, maybe you want to talking about the budget, and maybe you want talking about the efficiency, but maybe you didn't talk about to give someone the opportunity, because maybe you in the limit condition, maybe, or you in the competition with another company, or maybe you are catching something. Yeah. And but I think mostly if you didn't doing something in the right context, you will miss the value, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Ekalita. Okay, anyone to share their opinion again? Yeah, Mr. Chikoneng, keep raise hand. Do you want to say something, Mr. Chikoneng?
Yeah, am I audible, Miss? Sorry for the connection.
Yeah.
When you ask about the job market, I think it depends on the job market that we will enroll. For the academia one, so good grade will be suitable for that position. But for the expertise, good experiences, it will be the better choices for the human resources. And for this situation, I think when we come or for the reference for the fresh graduate, I think if you don't have the good experiences, so you should have the good grade. for paying your value to compete with the good experienced one. But if you are active in your organization and you are involved in many activities that is suitable with your position in your job market, so the good experience, it can be a value than the good grade. It depends on your character. If you are introvert and you only focus on your academic one, so try to push your limit to have the good grade. But if you are extrovert and you are the people that always try to find a connection between people surrounding you, so the good experiences is the best choices for your life, because especially for the job market in Indonesia, the highest one is in the government institution, and the second perhaps the BUMN, and the least is the private sector. And the entire of institution need the requirement and also the standard of the grade. If this is the good grade means the higher than the standard, so it will be the value for the first graduate. But if the good grade means that, if the bad grade is the standard, so the good experiences, it will be suitable if you are enrolled in BUMN. I think it is for me.
Okay, Mr. Tony, I think you has a similar perspective with Miss Henny. If you are a fresh graduate, maybe a good way you read. Okay, anyone to share their perspective again about this question, or we will move to the next question. Yeah, there is Miss Pian Nurfian here. Miss Pian, you want to share your opinion? Or Mr. Muhammad Iwan? Then be free to unmute and share your opinion, guys. I think no one wants to their opinion. Should we go into the next question? Okay. Outside the country, getting master degree outside the country. What's your perspective toward this option? Okay. Would you rather to getting master degree inside the country or the outside country? Who wants to share their opinion? Oh, I have a dream to getting the master's degree in the Seoul University, maybe. Yes, I have. Yep. No, anyone? Oh yeah, Miss Sophie, please share your.
Okay. I think if I choose by those two options, I would be very happy to choose getting my degree abroad, because I'm not talking about the education system. I believe in you could still learn maximally in everywhere, in every university. But why would I choose to study abroad? Because you're not only you will experience the whole new culture, backgrounds, and you will meet a bunch of different races, which will help you to gain a lot of perspectives, and it could entirely change your mind and a person, and you as a person. I think that's it, Miss. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Sophie. You want to learn about new culture from another country? Okay, that's good. Anyone wants to share? Yeah, Mr. Zaki Naufal, Mr. Hudi, or Miss Renilda, who haven't shared their opinion here. Please speak up. Yep, I will choose one of you. Maybe Miss Lutfia. Miss Lutfia, can you hear me? Or Miss Putri.
What the question, Miss?
Oh, if you have the chance, getting master's degree inside the country or getting master's degree outside the country.
Okay. If I have chance, I will choose a master degree in outside country because I think I can get a new perspective and new experience because I think it is more interesting for me. It is only my perspective, Miss.
Okay, Miss Putri. Where do you want to go? I mean, what university do you want to go, Miss Putri?
Of course, the best university in the world, like in Harvard University, if I have chance. Or Cambridge or Oxford, I think is really nice experience if I have opportunity to go there.
Yeah, I think everyone wants to study there. Okay. I'd like to choose another one. Maybe Mr. Wants to share your opinion here. Mr. Chico Nengdian maybe, or Mr. Jajang.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, okay. So in my opinion, I think I will choose getting master's. Sorry, I think it is not really that matter to getting master's degree inside the country or outside the country, but I will be more put my attention to the standard. I will choose the international standard, international university standard. So it is okay if the university is still inside the country. If it has the international standard, I think it will be better because I don't need to go abroad, but I can get the international standard education. For example, in Indonesia, there is Indonesian International Islamic I'm sorry, in Bahasa Universitas Islam Internasional Indonesia, Indonesian International Islamic University at Depok, it is the new university in Indonesia that provide master degree and also doctor, master and PhD, and it's still inside our country in Indonesia, but has international standard education. So I think I will put the attention to the standard of the education. And why I choose international university standard, because I think it allows me to able to get the international quality educations, different learning systems maybe, and then ease of accessing references, and also networking with friends from many countries and the better career universities. And also the was that the better cost, because I don't need to go abroad, still in the country, but the education is standard, international standard. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Jajang, international standard, and agree with you. Networking is very, very important for us. Yep. I'd like to hear another perspective about this question again, maybe from Miss Miss Uchi. Miss Uchi, can you hear me, Miss Uchi? Okay, maybe Miss Uchi has a bad connection. We go to Mr. Chandra Rihana. Mr. Chandra, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
I think same as the previous one, I prefer to choose getting master's degree outside the country because it will enable me to get the various networking from other country. And the second one, of course, the qualifications of lecture, or yeah, everything is about the supportive environment. And you know, and sometimes we have to, so we have to be selective on choosing the country, because sometimes there are so many countries that are still under qualifications if we compare that with Indonesia. I think that's all for me. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Chandra. Maybe Miss Henny. Miss Henny, can you hear me? Can you give your
Okay.
opinion?
Okay, Miss, thank you very much for the chance you have given to me. I think it's difficult question for me if I have to compare between getting master degree in our country or getting a master degree in abroad. But for me, if I have a chance, I'll choose getting my master degree abroad. Why? Because we can get a better job, we can get a higher salary if we come back to Indonesia. But although we cannot come back to Indonesia, so we can get a good job there with not only rupiah, but we can get a salary by dollar. I think it's better for us to fix our financial, like our economic to be better. But education in Indonesia is also good. The standard or the curriculum is also good. But if we want more experience, like curriculum or education, better education, or we learn like culture from the other country, so we can get more experience to get a better education by studying abroad. Yeah, but if we don't have a chance to continue our study in abroad, why not in Indonesia? Because in Indonesia is also good, the qualification or the teacher, the lecturers, the curriculum is also good. Many people in Indonesia who study abroad, but they can come back to share their opinion or to teach their student in Indonesia. I think it's okay, but it depends on your purpose. If you cannot leave Indonesia, it's okay. You can continue your study in Indonesia. For example, they cannot move to abroad because they have a family in Indonesia or they have to keep their parents, but that's okay. Yeah, why not they continue their study in Indonesia? But if you are still free or you are still single, yeah, it's better for you to immigrate or to move from your country to the other country, because more experience we get, more information or more cultures we know, it's better to improve our ourselves to be better than before. I think that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay. Sorry, I have a bad connection again. Yeah. Anyone to help? Anyone? Oh, yeah, Mr. Iqbal. Mr. Iqbal, yeah, please share your opinion.
Okay, so getting such as this question, surprise question, it made me realize about something after hearing some perspective from other speakers before or other participants on, yeah, like if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Jajang said it's not about getting master degree in outside or inside of the country, but it's about the standard of the university that we have. Yeah, yeah, I just realized about it as well. If we compare our country, Indonesia, where there are like more than, based on the data, there are like more than 2,000 universities, if I'm not mistaken, that we have. But yeah, they are like just less than 10 universities, which is validated as one of the best universities. We cannot say one of the best, but that's universities. If we see from the rank, like, yeah, one of the university in ITB in Bandung, it's validated as one of the best university in the world. And if we compare it with Australia, like even Australia has just less than has university less than Indonesia has. There are some best universities there, so it's not. So because of that, we can think on, yeah, we can consider that, oh, it's not about getting master degree in outside or inside, but try to get the best quality. I mean, like the best university that can save us to be better person. So yeah, if let's try to think this question twice. So if you give me this question again, getting master degree outside, yeah, it would be bad. It would be good if, yeah, the best university in outside, but if our country or Indonesia has one of the best university, absolutely, there are a lot of people who will choose to get a master degree in inside. So even we cannot deny getting master degree in outside, it looks more interesting. Do you agree with that? So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Mr. Iqbal, thank you. I see Mr. Jajang raise hand again. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, thank you so much for Mr. Iqbal for giving the attention to my opinion before. Yeah, maybe that depends on the really personal stuff, sir. I am experiencing this moment, by the way. Right now, I have to choose. I continue my study abroad or in this country, but yeah, just like I said before, it really depends on personal stuff, because parents permissions, and then financial, and then my yeah, just like I write down on the chat box. I really was that really be worry about Islamophobia, and then the hate of the Asian people and things like that. Makes me feel, oh my gosh, what have to do. I am really afraid, really even scared about those things. So I choose to continue the study inside the country. I mean like this. I mean, what's that? Inside the country. For example, that I told you guys before. So the point is not inside or outside the country, but about the standard. Yeah, but the standard, international standard university. So I put more attention to it, and then yeah, if we make a comparison between our education system in Indonesia and in another country, maybe Indonesia is as not as good as another country, but yeah, at least it still have standard education quality. Yeah, it's because of very personal stuff, personal things. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jajang. Yep. If you're ready to choose getting master degree outside the country, it is very interesting, especially if you are interested with the country like me. I like Korean, so I'd like to choose university maybe sometimes. Yep. But the standard or the qualification is very important. Okay, we have Mr. Kudari again. Yep, Mr. Ku, time is yours.
Hey, thanks for the thank you. I would like to give additional perspective toward the previous speaker state, Mr. Iqbal and Mr. Sejan. To accomplish this, the perspective getting master degrees inside the country or getting outside the country, maybe in Indonesia it doesn't include or it has no top 10 university in the world. But of course, when the university provides good quality, the way how to create the productive youth or generation or youth, how to say, youth facilitations or curriculum to enhance more. Why can we apply that? At least we try to maximize our chance, our opportunity to enroll there. Whether it is in Indonesia or outside. But unfortunately, in Indonesia, it has no top 10 or top 20. I have no idea, maybe top 10 university in the world. Maybe in Europe, in Australia, in America, or even in Southeast Asia. That is it, and also we have to know our capacity. If we enroll in some universities, if we cannot how to say measure our capacity, then we enroll to the first university or top 10 university, it will be eliminated because we don't know our capability to enroll in some universities. For example, I'm not into a politics, but I enroll to some university which has the quality of the content or the subject about politics. Of course, it will be eliminated, whether it is in outside the country or inside the country. That's why, to sum up this perspective, we have to know ourselves. Then we can choose what we need to make an enormous impact to the small society or in a large or wide society, whether it is in the village, region, province, or nation. Thank you. Thank you very much, Kira. I thank you, moderator.
Okay, so I guess if you're suddenly got a bad connection, so let me give the next chance to Mr. Chikaning. How bless you to give your opinion about the question.
Okay, thanks, sir. Yeah, I beg to differ if the previous speaker or the three speakers said it's only about the curricula, also about the top 10 university, but rather than we are reference to the university that we will enroll, it will be good if we are now our capability. I mean, whatever is it, inside or outside, when we can maintain our good grade in our master degree, it will be beneficial. Then we only tend to fulfill our desire. Perhaps if we are really wanna go to outside and we are not capable enough to compete with the different perspective and also different value of societies, it will be better inside because we can maintain our good grade there. And the second is about the job market available in your country. There are a lot of the outside, a lot of the graduation from the outside university, but when they come back to our country, they don't have a chance to actualize their knowledge because there is not the infrastructure perhaps, or the job market is not suitable in is not ready enough, and we are too late to actualize their knowledge. So there is a lot of problem that when we decide to choose our university, that I will underline that how we maintain our good grade and also how we will face our job market in Indonesia. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chikoneng. Yep, Mr. Jajang, your saying again. You want
Okay,
to speak? Yep.
thank you. I'm really interested on Mr. Chikoneng's opinion before because I have a little example of it about how to face the market job in our country, how to make it sweet with fit it with the our educations in abroad, yeah, like that. So when I was a student, there was the lecturer that always teach us accounting class with English, like the name of the account. Maybe if right here that majored in accounting, maybe we will understand well. The name of the account always used in English, everything used in English, but some of the lecturers also give the critics to it, like why you choose why you give the class with English, because the students will will get the job in Indonesia, which is use Indonesian language. It is a simple things, but in accounting, it will confuse us, the name of the account on the financial report. So I think it is a little example of what Mr. Chikoning's explained it before. Like, oh yeah, that's true. It's also challenging. It's also there is also a challenge how to if someone study abroad, how to apply, or how to how to apply what they what they what they had from the educations and apply it to Indonesia and face the problem in Indonesia. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jajang. Okay, we have Mr. Gusti. Yeah, Mr. Gusti, raise hand, please. Share your opinion.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, nice. I kind of want to weigh in. I just joined this. Should I open the video? I hope not, yeah. All right. I just joined for like 5 minutes, I guess, but I want to kind of make a conclusion about it. I think this is kind of related with the education that you get and what job that you can get from the education itself, right? I mean, nowadays, I don't think degree is matter anymore. I mean, you all have heard about Google or Twitter or like Elon Musk, something like that, some kind of important person or some company that are really great, that are really big, will uh, that will hire people without any degree, as long as they have the qualification, as long as they have the capability to execute many tasks. So I don't think that I don't think that degree is really important right now. Whether you are having the degree inside the country or outside the country, that doesn't really matter anymore, I think. Nowadays, yeah. Maybe 10 years ago, it will be really important. It will be like a mandatory for us to have it. But right now, it's all about your capability, your skills. I don't think it's really matter anymore whether you are graduate from Harvard or Oxford. Maybe it matters with some subject, like if you want to become a doctor or like a lawyer or like some things that needs to have a degree, that mandatory to have a degree. But if you want to be like a businessman, or if you want to build a company, or if you want to just make money without really needing the degree, just need the skill, you can learn everything. You can learn everything online nowadays. So I don't think it's really matter anymore whether you are graduate from Indonesia or from another country. It's just a matter of what you want to do with your life. I mean, what you want to do with your skill to make living out of yourself, or to like make living with your spouse, spouse, with your wife or with your husband, where or just fulfill the needs of your family, of yourself. It's just the matter of your skill nowadays. That's kind of the conclusion that I get, yeah, from when I joined like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gusti, for your
Yeah,
perspective.
sure. Mhm.
Anyone who wants to share your perspective again? Or we are going to move? Oh yeah, Mr. Ku again. Yeah, Mr. Ku.
All right, I'm quite interesting to listen from Mr. Gusti's opinion. Yeah, Mr. Gusti mentioned several things, Zuckerberg maybe, or Jack Ma, or so on. And someday I got it. The perspective seems like a Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates. Yeah, we don't say that it is right or wrong, but one divided 1 million. Bill Gates is only one that creates Microsoft. Mark Zuckerberg is created one Facebook. How many people can we compare with Mark Zuckerberg? One times two, how many people? If we mention that, we don't need education. I don't say that your practice is right or wrong. It's quite interesting when a lot of people wants to be Bill Gates. It's just like it doesn't make sense. Yeah, maybe the education cannot answer all of cases which happen in the world, but at least they will how to decline or diminish, to decrease the the topless or not topless, sorry, to do a lot of things, to open up, maybe to fulfill in Facebook sector or Microsoft sectors. So they need to be the next Mark Zuckerberg or next Jeff Bezos, next Bill Gates. But at least they will work to job to into their sector. Not only to be co-founder, yeah, can be CFO, CTO, or maybe just employer, to fulfill in every single subject in the world. Yeah, maybe education is not one of the key of success. But in general, because maybe Indonesia has a lot of big population, of course, when a lot of population, moreover, Indonesia has archipelago, it doesn't, it's not easy to solve the problem, to overcome the problem. It has a lot of problems. Talk about infrastructure, physically or or how to say, to support in ATCs in case whether you are in outside or inside, at least to decrease in educational awareness that education is important. Whatever you mention, education based on formal school, university, or informal course, and then informal, informal. Informal means course, and informal means we read a book, we read what happens in every single sector or what we are working. When we live, we can get knowledge based on our, say it in English, I forgot. Our eyes, our mouth, our feeling. We call it informal. That's what I learned in my background as education. Thank you very much.
I would like to weigh in if I'm allowed. Am I allowed to weigh in? I will just speak. Yeah. I agree with you, Mr. Host. I mean, what I meant is the formal education is not really mandatory right now. Formal education. Don't confuse education with knowledge. Yeah. Nowadays, I think we can get knowledge with many sources. I mean, don't confuse knowledge with education. You can have formal education. I mean, it's really good nowadays. No, it's still really good, but I don't think it's really important anymore. That's my point, right? Yeah, I mean, you can have like doctorate degree, but you can have like it doesn't make sure that you can get a job if when you have like a doctoral degree. I have friends that have doctoral degree in Islamic education, but he works in a very different area. He's a trader now. And he said to me that I don't really need this degree to work in this area, katanya. I don't need this. I just want to have a cool name in front of my name, gitu. Doctor. That's really cool, right? Yeah, I mean, just don't confuse education with knowledge. What I mean is formal education. That's not really, well, it's important, but not that important anymore. That's what I mean, yeah. So we have a lot of source here to learn about many things. You know, there is a rule, right? 10,000 hours of learning can have you, you can master everything. You can have an expertise at everything for as long as 10,000 hours. That's a rule, I think. That's in psychology book or in like, I don't remember the title of the book, yeah, but that's a scientific study, I guess, and that's really proven. So yeah, that's my point. Yeah, you can graduate from many colleges, from many universities, but you need to have the skill to make the living out of yourself. That's the point. Okay, thank you for the time. Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the opinion, Mr. Gusti. Yep. It's so interesting to hear your amazing opinion, guys. But I'll still give you the opportunity to share your opinion about this question again. Yeah. Yes, Miss Alita. Miss Alita, time is yours.
I think the first is Mr. Demus first.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Demus. Yeah, time is yours.
Thank you. Hello, Belita. We just met again.
Yeah,
We're
Mr.
in the
Demus.
same group, actually. Well, anyway, I heard several speakers talking about this type of question before, and their answers are ranging about what's the matter of having a degree right now and how the outcome or the deliverables of getting a master's degree outside or inside country. In my own humble perspective, I do think that having the opportunity to study where the surroundings or the place that you want to learn is giving you the best possible outcomes that you can get is what we basically need to have. As a student of engineering, I think something that we need, not only people can learn from Google, it's something that you need to practice by heart, by time, not only by handbooks, but by doing it in the lab for like a week or more than a month. I think having the chance to study overseas, which has the best facilities to facilitate or support that kind of laboratorium or that kind of skills specifically is really interesting and what I require. But for those people who think that their jobs, which will be the deferrable that we want to get after having the degree, is basically the jobs are very general to get. I think it's not really important to study, to choose where they want to study. As a matter, as Mr. Gusti said, that nowadays that when it comes to working, I think when we have to underline the words he say that degree is not important when it comes to working, something that you can actually study in internet right now, I think it's not really going to every jobs available. As a matter of fact, that degree that you have means that you are responsible with the certificate that you own and the ability that company probably will think that you are basically owning that, and whether or not that you can be guarantee that you're may fit into the qualification that company probably have. So I think both Mr. Gusto or the host itself have very valid points of how degree or having no degree are basically still important to different way of cases. So in my perspective, to wrap it up, I think that having a master's degree, whether or not it's inside the country or outside the country, is just opening a new way of getting, opportunity to get jobs. Especially when nowadays as well, the company require even harder, especially in Indonesia, right? Like if you want to work, the qualification is even getting harder. You have to be able to master things like something that you probably are not fitting to your job decks. But that's what it is. So to really overcome that issue, I think the experience when you get in your degree is something that you need to learn more. So yeah, I don't really see the problems of choosing which one do you think is more important, whether or not it's inside or outside the country. I think it's also relevant to understand that there are few positive or negative points where they want to continue your master degree, especially when it comes to your culture or your speaking ability or your linguistical ability or your financial ability. As continuing your master degree outside the country means that you need to understand that financial ability is also need to be very strong enough. If you're coming from a low income family or you're coming from some a family who doesn't support your financial to continue your degree, I think scholarships is going to be alternative, but still it requires a very long process to get it. So yeah, it's very preferable. But I think that the qualification of whether the university here in Indonesia or other countries are really based on whether or not it's suitable to the student itself. So yeah, back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Demus. I think Miss Elita, are you still here? Yep, I think Miss Elita has left this meeting, so we move to another speaker. I want to share your opinion, guys. Yeah, we still in the same question. If no one to give your opinion, we'll move to another question. Okay, I think that's enough. we'll move to the next question. Okay, if you have the chance, getting job on domestic or getting job overseas, which one do you choose and why? Yeah, I want to give their opinion. Yep, Miss Sophie, time is yours.
Okay, Miss, thank you for making this question because I think this is really interesting. For me personally, I also has a dream that I would like to have a job uh who got me travel, maybe like a tour guide or writer or a translator. Like I don't want to stay in office 9 to 5. I always imagine myself that kind of living that kind of life. But when we're talking about a long-term career, like where do I want to spend my whole day, my old days with my family when I growing up, I prefer to live in Indonesia because I'm talking about the age 40, I'm not talking about the age 20. Because I think on that age, I would like to spend my time with my whole family and having a stable business in our own country with the people who more familiar with, and we know the environment, we know we're familiar with the surroundings. I think it would be easier. I think I don't know because I have never lived in abroad before, but this is only my expectation. When I'm having a business, I don't want to gain profit only. I would like to have a emotional relationship with the clients, the customer, and the environment. And I think I would be more comfortable if I having those kind of relationship with my own people, which Indonesian. So I think I would prefer to spend my last, what is the English of masa tua? I always hard to find that word. Yeah, I want to spend my masa tua. That sounds horrible in Indonesia. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Sophie. Okay, we have another speaker, Miss Iqbal. Yeah, Mr. Iqbal, time is yours.
Yeah, getting job offers says it looks hilarious after we know like how big the salary that they provide and they offer us. Yeah, retirement. They offer us to work there. And I also have another relative family who has been like living and working in USA for many years. So yeah, if I have a chance as a like person who is still in 20 more years old, yeah, I guess getting a job in abroad, yeah, it's not wrong. And yeah, that's really a good offer for me because I'm still young. I still did get a lot of experiences and also learn many things about that we can maybe adapt it after like we worked there for many years. So after like, yeah, like Miss Sophie said, yeah, after like Miss Sophie said, as a young person, getting a job and offer says it could be a good planning. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. I forgot what I want to say.
Okay, it's okay, Mr. Iqbal. Yeah, we'll move to Mr. Demos. Mr. Demos, time is yours.
Yeah, thank you. It's really such a nice option when it comes to getting job or you want to having an opportunity to work whether or not it's in the domestic or overseas. I've been working in 4 different companies here in Indonesia, and I noticed that there's no perfect company, no matter where you work. There's always something that you can find that, okay, I want to quit from this job, or I'm too much with my job. It's always something that you probably will get whenever you want, whenever you go to any companies. But I think if I have the chance to, then I would absolutely go with the getting job overseas. I think I just heard some of, the notions going around that people who work overseas, not only that they pay you good, but also that they give you more perks compared to, domestical jobs. When I was in a national company, they offered me really good perks, um, and salaries, but still the company is still here in Indonesia. So the culture about the company are still like integrated with Indonesian culture, where people are still, having toxicity towards another employees. But this is a really another thing to discuss about. So if I have the chance to, I really want to get a job overseas and seeing how different it is to get a job there, and how probably it will give more experience in terms of, like coworkers sharing, or how the systems of working there, and how the opportunities to get into, like, pursuing your career in your own position, being a specialist or being a generalist is really, like, uh, I want to know there. So yeah, I would go to the second option, getting job overseas. Thank you. Back to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Demus. Okay, we'll move to another, Mr. Gusti. Mr. Gusti, time is yours.
Thank you. You guys have a very good opinion, a very good perspective, but I just want to add that it depends on the variable. For me, yeah, I have a wife, I have a son. If the perks of working overseas have like housing and like having my passport and my wife and my son passport to be like permanent residents, I think I will really consider it. It really depends on the variables. If you have like a family that ties really tight with you, that you have really tight ties, ikatan yang kuat, really tight ties with it, and it depends on your parents also. I mean, there are some type of parents that don't really want to be far away with their children, right? It really depends on your relationship. There are a lot of variables that we need to think, that we need to comprehend before we go to overseas. It's not just about money, right? I mean, yeah, sure, we can just go overseas. We can see the culture. We want to feel how it is to live in other places, in other countries. But it's not just about us. Living is not only about us, especially when you are married or when you are having your own family. Yeah, the point is it's not just about us. We need to think other people. We need to also think about other people, right? The people that we live in, the people that need us, that need our support, that need our our money maybe. Yeah. So there are a lot of variables that we need to think before we move to overseas. Yeah, that's the point, man. Yeah, that's it. Back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gusti, to the great opinion. Okay, we have another speaker here, Mr. Chikone. Yep, time is yours, Mr. Chikone.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity. In my humble opinion, I think both of them is the good one. When we talk about the domestic, perhaps based on the data, we should focus on the certainty of our salary. If we look at in Indonesia, the highest job is about to be a civil servant, because there is the certainty there, and also to be the officer of state-owned enterprises. But when we talk about the overseas nowadays, if we back to the conventional perspective that we should work in the office and so on, and we met the coworker. But when we change our perspective about the modern job, so the social media is the job, right? When we are being a content creator and our content watched by the people in the other countries, so it can be defined by getting job overseas because we are spread our knowledge and also spread our content to the other people in the outside of our country. So it doesn't matter whether you prefer, but it will be good if you have the stable job. I mean, you are paid every month in domestic, and also you can be the content creator to be the overseas job or to be the second income in your life. So combine the both of them. It is available nowadays, especially for the globalization and social media affect us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chikone. Um, anyone? Oh yeah, Mr. Jajang. Mr. Jajang, please.
Thank you for the opportunity. So I think I do agree with Ms. Shopee and also Mr. Gusti's opinion before. I think I will choose getting job on domestic because getting job is not only one thing that we have to fulfill in life. Me personally, I need to be together. I need to gather with my family, friends, and also I think Indonesia still need was that a worker. I am majored in accounting, like Islamic accounting. Indonesia still need qualified accountant that can be work in Islamic institutions like that. So I think for me personally, I think I will get the job, getting job on domestic. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jajang. Yep, we have time is almost over, but I think we still need one speaker who wants to give to share their opinion about this question. Maybe Miss Elita, you want to say something? Yep, maybe Miss Elita has a bad connection. Maybe Mr. Harry Potter. We have Mr. Harry Potter here. Can you hear me, Mr. Harry Potter? Or no one wants to give your opinion? I like Harry Potter. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Mr. Harry Potter, can you unmute and share your perspective? Or Miss Sophie or Mr. Gusti again? If no one who wants to share,
What do you want me to say?
say this.
Yeah, sure. You mentioned my name. I think I wanna wrap up, yeah, if you don't mind. I really like everyone's opinion. I think you guys are really smart in your own ways, I guess, especially the host. Especially Mr. Demas, you are really good. I like the accent. And yeah, I hope you guys can have a very good job. I hope we all can have a very good job, whether it's in domestic or in like abroad, yeah. But one thing that important, one thing that really important for us is to maintain the social life within ourselves, especially with our family. I don't know if you guys married or not. I mean, if you plan to marry or to have like a relation with some, like if you want to have a relation for a long time, you really need to consider what job that you want to take, because your job and your relation can be for a long time too. You will work until you are in your retirement age, what, like 60 or 70, maybe 60, I know this. And you will also be with your spouse, with your wife, or with your husband for a long time too. So both those two factors are in the same area, in the same environment, in the same mindset. I mean, having a job and having a spouse are gonna take a long time. So just choose carefully. Choose your job carefully and choose your spouse carefully. Yeah, and because that's gonna affect your life in a long run.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gusti. I think we have time is over, so I'd like to say the closing statement from me. Yep, I'm Alfira Nabila. Yep, I'm very grateful to meet you guys here. It's a pleasure to me to be a contributor in this discussion tonight. Yep, I hope we can meet each other in the real life. Yep, I'm Alfira Nabila. Back to the moderator, Mr. Iqbal.
All right, so thank you very much. And this is really such as a nice discussion. And yeah, you have three part of slides that you have, and those are really incredible and amazing, because a lot of us have tried to give their perspective, and everybody like you as well. In the end of our discussion, we are going to give some feedback to make our speaking or our self better on better. So could I share the screens, sir, or wait? Okay. So there are some feedback, especially. Oh my goodness, sorry. Oh, wait a second. So there are some feedback that I have wrote or written in my notes. So hopefully could be useful for our speaking in the future. So there we go. Yes, there are some feedback first. Live. If we want to use live as a verb, you can use. You can say it live, but if you want to use it as a noun, you can say it alive, where live means kehidupan and live means tinggal or hidup. And also, wait a second. Yeah, I believe some of you have known about how to say this and how to say that in English, but yeah, just want to give some feedback in Grammarly perspective. The next feedback is how long you were teach. That's the wrong sentence if we see that in a grammar perspective. So if you want to use auxiliary or today, you need to put in your verb. So you can say, sorry, wait. How long are you teaching, or how long you are teaching there? Or if you want to know about a specific time, like how long they have been spending their time to do something, you can use this one. How long have you been teaching there? And the next feedback is because afraid is an adjective, or we can say it as kata sifat. So we need to put be before use an adjective. So the correct one is don't be afraid, and the wrong one is don't afraid. But the next one is survive. Survive for saying bertahan, or you can use alternative way with word stand for. And another feedback for our speaking or our discussion tonight is when you want to say public, you can say factory. And the next feedback is because everyone is singular, so we need to use a singular verb, which is singular verb for everyone is has. And the next one, some people have given their help as well to remind some words or some vocabularies. When you want to say masa tua, you can use retirement. Thank you very much, Mr. Auguste, for your help. And the last one, Badan Usaha Milik Negara. In English, we can say the state-owned corporation. So those are some feedback for our discussion tonight. Thank you very much for all people who have provided the time to join this really nice discussion with a nice speaker as well as Miss Alfira. And right, like usual, before, hello, oh my goodness. Oh my God. Hello. Oh my goodness. Okay, so like usual, sir, before we close our discussion tonight, sorry, there are some background here. We are going to take a picture together. Is it correct, sir? So, if you don't mind, could you help me to take the picture? Or everybody, I please you to open, if you don't mind, please open your camera to take a picture together. So I need your time to open it and we're going to take a picture.
Can anyone open up your good-looking face?
Good-looking face. Okay, really cool. Sorry, retirement. Retired. Retired. Yeah, it could be also pension and
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
I'm shy. No, I'm not sure. You are a shy person.
I'm shy. Tired.
Miss Annie, hello, come on.
Sorry, I cannot turn on my camera.
Why?
You're so pretty.
Don't you feel beautiful? Okay, let me count it until 5. Oh, no, just 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, 1, 2, 3. Just enough. Once more, please. Style. 1, 2, 3. Good. Change your style. Once more.
Okay.
Okay, we'll have lots of.
Oh, sir, cool. If you don't mind, could you introduce Ota community motto? Like when you say something, we need to say
Yes,
what?
after this, once more, we take a picture. Once
Okay.
More. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the door. Okay, when I say Ota community, you answer because we have Yeldia or Charla just for sharing us. When I say Ota community, all of you can answer yesterday, you say tomorrow. Ota community?
Yesterday.
We say tomorrow.
Thanks ever so much. See you.
Yeah.
Next discussion on Sunday at Sunday night.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye, sir.
Bye, everyone. Thank you very much for coming.